Blast off! All right, we're recording, buddy.
Okay.
So, how's it going?
It's going. Tired.
Yeah, we just got off of work. So, I mean, this is the second interview that my people are going to be listening to where the person I'm interviewing, we're sitting out in the parking lot because, once again, you were the first interview that I did. And the video that we've got going on here, which we can see, we're all adjusting our pieces right now, which is kind of cool. But the audio quality on it was just trash because at the same time they were doing drills, and so the intercom was being like super loud and obnoxious. And I just didn't like how it sounded. So here we are. We're re-recording the audio portion. Hopefully our conversation's way better than the last one, although the game is still going to stink. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's not good.
For you.
For me. So how was your 4th of July, buddy? That was the last holiday we just had.
Oh, it was good. It was good. Actually, you came over to my house, watched the parade.
Yeah.
Because I live right on the parade route. We had a nice, good shade tree in the front yard, so it was good.
That was a good time, man. I usually when I go over there, I don't know the people. I just basically crash in front of their house. Like my daughter and I and my wife will just walk down the street, and there's this one house for some reason. It's like they've got a huge tree, and it's just like when they come outside, it's like, hey guys, do you mind if we squat right here? And they're like, yeah, go ahead, that's fine. Never ever introduced myself to them. I probably should have, but It was like 3 years in a row that I basically crashed in front of the same house. And then when I heard that you were on the parade route, it's like, dude, I gotta go. Although I don't remember the last couple of times that I went, I don't remember there being as much water guns and like water balloons and stuff as they had this year. It seemed like that was a thing this year.
It was definitely a lot more this time around than there was the last couple of years. But people in the crowd is starting to fight back too. I know my neighbors had a hose strung all the way out to the road. Mm-hmm. And then some other people I know in town had water balloons and throwing them back at the people in the parade. So there's definitely some good competition going through.
Yeah, when I saw the quote unquote fire hose that your neighbor had, I mean, you can't fight against a hose, not when you're using a little like squirt gun thing.
Yeah, or water balloons.
Water balloons, yeah, you run out pretty fast or you miss them completely. But when you've got a hose that has one of the variable nozzles on it, you can basically shotgun blast and you're hitting something.
Yeah.
But no, that was a good time. The only thing I would have changed was I wish that my daughter and your son would have hung out and talked a little bit more because they're both the same age. Because you got a 5-year-old, right?
Yep.
And my daughter's also 5, and you know, as outgoing as my daughter is, I don't know what, she was just being really weird that day.
Yeah, your daughter seemed very shy, but so did my kid. So
it's a little weird. I mean, it's just weird like that. And for those of you who are listening, we've got Spencer's wife calling, which I did meet your wife. Your wife is an amazing lady. She was very kind. And her whole side of the family, everybody there was just really cool. And so, yeah, thanks for letting us crash there, buddy.
It's not a problem.
Did you guys blow up a crater up in your front yard?
No, we don't really set off. We don't really set off fireworks a whole lot. My son doesn't like the loud booms, and the smoke in the air. My son has asthma, and the smoke in the air on the 3rd of July and the 4th of July kind of threw him into a small asthma attacks.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it wasn't good, and just the loud booms for him. And we also think he has a little bit of ADHD and trying to focus on all the fireworks going off all at once because my in-laws, they set off some, or at least my niece does, and then my in-laws' his next door neighbor, they set off some, and then a couple of houses down, they were lighting off some, and over there, just the street over, was lighting off some. So he was trying to watch them all at once. I think it was just a little overstimulating and kind of threw him off. And then the smoke in the air kind of got to him too.
I gotcha. I wonder if that's a thing for kids that age, because my daughter doesn't like big booms either. Like, she likes the fountains and she likes like little snappers and stuff. But once you start busting out firecrackers and artillery shells, she's done. It's like, I'm going inside.
Yeah, my son likes doing the like smoke bombs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The little stuff, he likes the parachutes. He loves running after the parachutes.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the artillery shells, it's just like, this is too loud. And it seems like fireworks are just getting louder and louder every year.
Yeah. Well, I do know that the ones that Carney came out with, they're allowing you to have, because they used to have where you could only have like 1 inch or an inch and a half artillery shells. I think they legalized 2-inch, and 2 inches are like nuts.
Yeah.
Like super loud, especially if you get, well, I don't know what they're officially called, but I call them the thunder bombs, or basically just a strobe light, and then it's just a huge boom afterwards.
Yeah, so many people in Gibbon had those. There was a few times I was about ready to light off a firework. One of those went off. I'm not going to lie. I'm a grown-ass man. I jumped. When you're not prepared for it scares you.
You see, that's where being half deaf kind of helps, because nothing makes me jump because I can't hear anything. So, yeah, dude, man, 4th of July. That's out of all the major holidays, I do enjoy it, but it's not my favorite. What's your favorite holiday?
It used to be the 4th. Growing up, it used to be the 4th, and then I had a firework blow up and burn my neck pretty good. So,
Ooh.
Yeah.
What kind of firework was it?
Well, it was one of those cakes. It was called One Bad Mother, and it shot out the side, went into the garage where I was standing, and blew up in there, and a lot of it came up across my neck. And
was it one of those ones that shoots like the fireballs up in the air, or was it like a mini artillery shell?
This mini artillery is supposed to go in, and it shot out the side.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
There was a time with my family that like every year for about 4 years straight, somebody got shot at with a fireball because it would just shoot out the side of it. And it's like, without fail, it happened. It even happened when I was at my buddy's place after he got...
It was rubbing. I didn't want to...
Oh, sorry, guys. Anyway, so I was over there watching fireworks at my buddy's place after we got my daughter in bed, and they shot one of those artillery shells, but I don't know what happened. It like blew up inside the canister and then shot a fireball and it felt like it was like maybe 6 inches to a foot away from me, but it was hard to tell because it's going so fast.
Yeah.
But it was just like, oh man, like without fail. So I guess it's been 6 years now that I've had a fireball. Somebody in my family has a fireball flying at them. So it's like, I think I'm over that. But anyway, so you used to like the 4th of July.
Yeah. Now I'm more or less, I don't have a specific holiday I'm a favorite to. I do like a specific season. I like fall.
Okay.
I like it gets cooler. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's about the right temperature for where we live. I like taking my kiddo to the pumpkin patch.
Okay.
Love doing that. I grew up, my grandpa was a farmer. So whenever harvest came around, I rode with him in the trucks, or I got to ride in the combine. I just love harvest. I like watching. I watch the Millennial Farmer on YouTube.
Never heard of it. What's that about?
So the Millennial Farmer, he's a millennial, and he's a
farmer.
He's a farmer. Yep. He lives in Minnesota, and he farms. His dad, him, and his son's starting to get into it a little more. But I watch him do videos because no one in my family really farms much anymore except for an uncle that lives in Elm Creek. So I kind of get my fix by watching his videos, and kind of relive some of my memories going back with my grandpa. But no, I love fall, autumn type. Just something about that time of the year. Just
I thought you were going to be a true Nebraskan and be like, football.
I like football. Don't get me wrong. I like football, but I don't sit down and watch every game like a lot of diehard Husker fans. And I'm a Tennessee Titans fan, so it's kind of hard to watch some of their games recently. But
now, is that because Tennessee is Tennessee, or is it because we're not in their sphere? So it's hard to get their games locally.
Both. Okay, so it's kind of hard to watch them because they're not doing the greatest, they're not playing the greatest, but it's also hard to watch them because we get Broncos or Chiefs or like Chicago Bears, some of the local closer teams or the Green Bay Packers.
I'm a Green Bay Packer fan.
Or the Vikings. We'll get some of them, but it's kind of hard to get some of the Tennessee Titans games. I don't really feel like paying for it to try to get some of their games when I can just either watch the highlight reel later on or just check the scores. Normally on Sundays, I'm pretty busy, so sitting down and watching a game anyways is kind of a hit and miss.
Yeah. How do you feel about what's that running back's name you guys had that went to the
Ravens?
Ravens? Yeah.
Derrick Henry.
What do you feel about him going to the Ravens?
I didn't like seeing him leave, but at the same time as seeing him personally grow and succeed, I would love to see Derrick Henry, King Henry, go through and win a Super Bowl. It might not be with the Tennessee Titans, but as long as
definitely not going to be with the Tennessee Titans anymore.
No, he did a lot of great things for us. I greatly appreciate his running capability and what he brought to the team, but I want him to actually succeed, and sticking with the Titans definitely wasn't going to do it for him.
Yeah, well, let me phrase this. I've watched him a couple of times because we get Ravens games out here because they're a pretty good team, and that's just how it is. Did he run like that when he played for the Titans? Did he run just through people or stiff arm people to the ground?
Oh, yeah. He would stiff arm people at least 5 yards, just poof, throw them. He had a lot of amazing runs. There's a couple, if you ever look up his highlights reels for the Titans, he had, I think, 100-yard run. They were on like the 1 yard line or like half-yard line, and he pushed through and he got a touchdown out of it. He was a beast, just plowing through people. And I was able to see a couple of his interviews from, they were asking about his high school days, and 95% of the time they gave him the ball. And he just trucked people over. He was just that dominance on the field, and the other team just couldn't stop him. So it's just like, holy cow, touching the ball 95% of the time, that's a lot.
I mean, when I watched him with the Ravens this last year, I actually did think they were going to win the Super Bowl because they just looked unstoppable.
Yeah, they had a pretty good team.
So good. Oh,
you got Derrick Henry in the background. There's another good running back they have. I don't remember his name. But then you also got Lamar Jackson as quarterback. He can throw and run.
Yeah.
That's a dual threat. They had rumors of him coming to the Titans. I really wish they came true, but
that would have been So I know neither one of us are big Ravens fans, so we don't want to get derailed off this one. But yeah, I just wanted to know what your thoughts were on Henry, because I know how you feel about him as a player, and I do know that you wish him the best of luck now that he's with another team. And so that's kind of how I feel with Rodgers. Like Aaron Rodgers, when he went to the Jets, like I wish. Obviously, that first season, he got his Achilles tendon ripped apart, and I wished him nothing but the best. And I'll be a diehard cheesehead until I die. But if he wins a Super Bowl with, I guess he's with the Steelers now. If he wins one of the Steelers, I mean, that's cool. Good for him, man. I mean, I wish him luck because he did a lot of good stuff for us too. So I get where you're coming from. But I'm one of those people where I'm a fan of the team, not a fan of the player. But I wish if you were once a Packer and you went and did something else, I mean, that's cool, man. Good luck.
Yeah, it's kind of cool seeing A.J. Brown, who was a Tennessee Titans receiver, go to the Philadelphia Eagles and win a Super Bowl. I think he's actually won 2 Super Bowls with them now.
Yeah, I think he has.
So that's good. It's cool to see the personal growth of some of the players that played for your favorite team go to another team. It's just, but at the same time, it's just like it hurts you. But you're deep down, it's like, oh, you were so good with us too, but we didn't have everything needed to click with you to get you to that point. And it's sad to see my favorite team not succeeding, but it's great to see some of these individual players succeeding.
So do you have a college team, or
no,
like the Huskers?
Yeah, my favorite college team is the Huskers.
So here's the last football question I got for you. Who is your favorite football player of all time?
I don't know. Being 100% honest with you, I had Tennessee Titans as my favorite team since I was 5. But as a favorite player, I never really paid attention to a lot of players until I started working here and started talking to some people here, because they would ask me questions about my favorite team. I should be able to answer some of those. So paying attention to players didn't really click with me until all of 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't really have an all-time favorite player.
I mean, it can be a player that's playing now. I mean, it doesn't have to be somebody from the '90s or the 2000s.
Well, I guess so. My all-time favorite running back would have to be Derrick Henry.
Okay.
And then let's go on the defensive side of the ball. I loved watching J.J. Watt play.
Mm-hmm.
He was a beast playing for the Texans. I actually got to see him play the Texans versus the Eagles down there in Houston, and watching him on every snap of the defense, just like, holy cow, he's a monster. He can just tear through that offensive line and make those plays. Luckily enough, the Eagles did win that game because I was there with my uncle, who is an Eagles fan, so we were rooting for the Eagles.
Yeah.
It was really cool to see. But it was also a bit intimidating being inside Houston Texans Stadium, rooting for another team that's not the Texans. It's just like you're standing up cheering for the opposite team, and then you look around and all the Texans are just like, sit your ass down.
Sit down, boy. So what were you doing in Houston watching a Philadelphia Eagles game as a Tennessee Titans fan? How did that come around?
My uncle got a job down there, and he needed a vehicle. He was working at a car dealership. They let him borrow a vehicle for a little while, but he needed a vehicle down there. So I drove up to Omaha where they were living, met up with my aunt. It was Halloween night, and then the next morning, November 1st, I took his truck down, 14-hour drive down there to Galveston area.
Mm-hmm.
And the only time I stopped was bathroom and fuel up, and I just took that whole 14 and a half hour drive and just got it done. Got there for him, and then once I got there, he's like, "Oh, I got a surprise for you since you brought my truck all this way." And he had a coworker who had season tickets and didn't need 2 of the tickets, so he gave it to him because he knew he was an Eagles fan.
Mm-hmm.
And so my uncle's just like, "Here's your ticket. We're going Sunday."
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think the only NFL game that I ever went to was when I was visiting my dad in Phoenix, and I went to go see Arizona Cardinals versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and this was like the mid '90s when both the teams were absolutely terrible, and this was like the Buccaneers were still in the creamsicle orange, like old school.
Wow.
Yeah, and the stadium was like half full because it was early in the season, so it was the desert heat. It's like 100 degrees outside, and both teams were absolutely terrible. But that's the only NFL game I've ever been to. I've been to a boatload of Cornhusker games.
Yep,
I've been to a lot of those.
Loved going to the Cornhusker games. I actually took my dad to our very first Cornhusker game. It was a homecoming game. We still had, it was back in 2014. I think we still had Bo Pelini coaching. And we had those one specific uniforms that we wore in homecoming. And Miradula,
yeah.
He was a good running back too.
Yeah, he was.
It was a great game. We won. It was a night game, so it was an awesome experience.
That's cool, man. So, going back to you talking about farming, I don't know anything about farming, but what is that something you want to do like later in life?
Well,
or as soon as possible?
Well, I would love to farm. I looked at working for a farmer, but they don't really provide health insurance for some of the smaller farmers that are needing help right now.
Yeah.
And I need health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Starting a farm on your own, you can get grants, you can get loans and stuff like that, but you're looking at a lot of money going into it, and you're going to be in debt automatically unless you have a foot up, which not a lot of people do. Going through and getting like a 400-acre farm, all the equipment you need. This was back in 2015 range. You needed about $3 to $5 million.
Yeah.
Today's economy, you're probably going to need about 20 to 30 million to start up a farm. It's a lot of money. You can probably do it for less than that if you went through and you did it smart and you bought used equipment and you did things a little slower. Like, you don't need a 24-row planter like some people have. You can easily do a 6-row, get it done. It might take you longer. Well, it's going to definitely take you longer, but you don't need the newest of the new. I was just saying, if you needed or not needed, if you wanted to start it from absolute scratch and you wanted to get going immediately, a good big production, probably 20 to 30 million. But if you wanted to start off small and go from scratch, you could probably get away from 500 to a million. I know there's some loans, some grants, you can get up to about $500,000. So you can get a good start. You're going to be looking at renting a lot of land for a while until you get some money saved up. But another thing that's also holding me back from doing so is I went and talked to one of my grandpa's best friends when my grandpa was still alive. His name's Howard. He's a really nice guy, really great guy. He rents out his land now, but he said that it wouldn't be the smartest time to get in because corn farmers are needing about $5 to break even, and corn selling for about last year it sold about $4.50 a bushel. So farmers were losing money this last year. And having a family going through and automatically going that much money into debt really scares me. I can hold off on my dream for a while to make sure my family's fine.
Is corn what you wanted to grow, or?
It would be corn and soybeans.
Soybeans are huge around here too.
Yeah, corn, soybeans. You can also look at doing wheat around here, alfalfa. Some people do sunflowers, mainly just as like a cover crop because they most likely got hailed out. But there's a few things you can do in the state of Nebraska, but mainly it'd be corn and soybeans. That's what my grandpa did, and that's what I know.
Yeah. So what kind of stuff do you like to do in your spare time when you're not at work and you're not dreaming of farming?
I like watching movies and TV shows. Lately, I've been doing a lot of fishing with my son, having a good time doing that. So.
We're doing good, Kiko.
Playing some games on the phone. Other than that, just spend time with the family is what matters.
That is what matters, is that, especially when kids are that young, they need to feel like they're the center of the universe, even though you and I both know it's our spouses that's the center of the universe. Yeah, that's it.